Now I'm feeling like, should we have shared them or what?
Feeling like should we have what?
Should we have shared them beforehand or what?
Shared what?
Our questions.
Oh.
Too late now.
Too late now. I hit my brush on. Put that guy on this old sleeping bra. Wait, they sleeping bra because I'm sleeping.
You only smack your lips when you get on camera.
Oh, really? That because I be purr.
Oh.
I be purr. That's why I smack my lip. Because when you purr, you smack your lips.
Oh.
Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? We got, and of course this is Danica.
This is D. Hill.
Yes, and we got such wonderful response from our last video. Should I give him the benefit of the doubt? Something like that, but I'll post the link below, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. But we wanted to do another video for you guys because so many of you said, please do more. So Danica's here visiting for holidays. So we're going to ask some dating questions. And I came up with 5 questions. She came up with 5 questions. We're going to answer the questions. And we ask you to join in with us and answer these questions also. You can make a vid response or you could just leave a reply below.
I'm sure they're going to be very different because we didn't discuss like what kind of questions.
And some could be the same.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Okay, so you want me to go first?
Yeah. Because when you hear my questions, you're going to be like, what kind of question is that?
Oh, gosh. Okay. Let me find handy. Okay. How long should you talk to a person before dating exclusively?
How long has this video been running? I think that there's no time limit. It's just like once you both have had a conversation and you both feel comfortable with one another, and you feel like you have enough in common, then you can start dating exclusively, because that doesn't mean marriage. It just means that you're no longer seeking to date other people right now because you want to explore further.
But when I say dating exclusively, I mean, okay, your boyfriend and girlfriend. So say you talking to a guy. I mean, you meet a guy online and y'all exchange numbers. Y'all hit it. You like his post or whatever. Y'all hit it off online and y'all start talking, online for a day or two. And then you give him your number and y'all talk. And say y'all in 2 conversations, 2 phone calls. Oh my goodness, you might have stayed on the phone for hours the first couple of conversations, and you all hit it off, and it just seems like it's just a hit. And day 3 or 4, he asks you to be his girlfriend. That's not too fast?
I don't think so. I think because, like I said, you're not committing marriage. You're just saying that you're not looking for somebody else. And I know for me personally, I don't like to date a lot of different people at the same time. And not a lot. I don't like to date 2 different people at the same time. I just like to get to know that one person. So if I'm just going to focus on getting to know that one person anyway, then I'm already dating exclusively. What's the difference in saying it?
Yeah. My opinion is, I have a different opinion. I think that you should be getting to know the person through, talking, texting, emails, IMs, whatever you do. But really through conversations. Because this texting back and forth, I don't know about y'all young people, this texting back and forth.
Yeah, it's not business.
But it's not the business. Be texting back and forth. Not in a getting to know you stage. Texting is for, hi, how you doing, baby? Good night, that or whatever. But I believe that you should talk at least 3 to 4 weeks. Because I just think that there's just no way to really, really get to know a person on those first 2 or 3 days. That's just adrenaline. That's on pure adrenaline. And possible lust that you're going on in a 2-3 days. And that's just opinion. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean it's always that. It doesn't mean it's always that. But just to me, it takes 3-4 weeks. And you're never, I've been knowing my husband 26 years, and you're never going to totally know a person. It takes, time, weeks, months, years to get to know a person. But I just think 3-4 weeks to me is the magic number I have in my head before I would accept being somebody's girlfriend. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Oh, we're still on number 1, but it's your number 1.
Okay. Um, what is your most important getting to know you question that you feel that a man or a woman should ask that other person?
Oh, that is good. And we have to make sure we speak up too because the camera's a little further away. But oh, I love that question. And I think the number one getting to know you question is, and it's kind of a 2-3-parter, but it's all part of one question.
Mm-hmm.
No, but you will see why when I ask you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey asked this question, and I'm not saying this because Steve Harvey asked it, because I came up with this for myself before Steve Harvey. But how long ago was your last relationship? How long did it last, and why did it break up? To me, that is one of the most important getting to know you question, because you want to know how long ago was it last relationship, a week ago? Are you the rebound woman? Was it 6 months? Was it a year? Or what is it, 5 years? Whatever. What was it? How long did it last? And why? And that tells you a lot about a person. And of course, you're only gonna hear their side. You only gonna hear that side, but at least you still can get a good feel for their relationship history. Um, and some people might say, what? Why ask that question? Because you're only gonna hear one side. What if they broke up because he beat her up? He's not gonna say, well, we broke up because I beat her up. You know what I mean? So I know it's only one side, but still, I think that's a very important getting to know you question.
For me, do you have a car, job? Have you ever been married like 20 times?
That's a lot of questions. Talking about me.
Okay, but one question. I think it's important to ask about the job, because that will kind of, like, if the guy works, then like questions surrounding the job, like how long have you been there, because that kind of tells you about stability. That kind of tells you if they're mature. If they are responsible, if they've been hopping from job to job to job. So now I kind of pay attention. Not only do you have a job, but like how long have you been on that job? How long have you been in that profession? Did you go to school for that profession? It kind of opens the door for a lot of different questions to come from that. But so specifically, I did say specifically, but I kind of said it. I did not say specifically.
I heard a little Pacific.
I didn't. After I said, I was like, did I just say Pacific? No, specifically, I don't have a question. But and I didn't think about my answers before I got on camera either. I don't know why.
But I think that's a good question though, because there's a lot of inferences you can make from a person's
and then not
job.
only that, but you also know if they got any hustle in them, like if they are working now, it's like, well, what are you doing and what did you do before? If you on the back of a dump truck now, that's fine. That's a reputable job. That's that's a good job to have, but that also lets me know that you're not sitting back waiting on your perfect job to come along. You're willing to do what you have to do in order to get where you need to go.
Right.
So
because even though marriage is something that is a possibility of far off, but it lets you know that if you are married this person and you're in a marriage, they're gonna do what it takes. They're gonna have some hustle in them, do what it takes to make sure
they're doing what it takes to take
he's
care
not gonna
of
come home
now.
and say, I was laid off, baby, what we gonna do? And both of y'all crying.
Ooh.
No, he gotta say, baby, I was laid off, but this is what I'm gonna do. I already got such and such lined up.
Exactly.
Okay, my number 2. What is the shortest time you date someone before you marry them?
6 months.
6 months. Well, I would say 6 months. But I hesitated because I was thinking about my own situation. I knew my husband about almost 20 years. It was like 19 years and some months before I married him. But when he got out of prison, I did marry him 3 months later. So, I'm not quite sure. But had I just met him, no. There's no way I would married him 3 months later. 6 months, but I'm even skeptical about saying 6 months. For me, it's more like about a year that I will wait to marry somebody. Or at least get engaged in 6 months. Then maybe, plan the wedding or whatever for the other 6 months. What's your number 2?
What do you consider to be a romantic gift?
You want to answer first? You want me to?
You.
What I consider a romantic gift is I would say kind of two part. Number one is
She always got 2 and 5 parts.
I know number one is when you've heard me say something that I want and you went and got it, and I'm totally surprised that I kind of said it in passing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say, baby, will you buy me a such and such? I just said, oh my goodness, I love this. I love this drink that you're drinking. Yes, this drink she's drinking. And then one day, you know, my husband just bring me that. And it's like, oh my God, he heard me. He was listening. So I think that's what romantic. And then also, too, is planning. When a man plans something, that is the most romantic thing to me. Even if he gets it wrong, because y'all know sometimes they will get it wrong. You know, we might even roll our eyes like, oh my God. You know, he couldn't find a better restaurant than this. You know, whatever. But even if he gets it wrong, but when a man plans something, when he plans that we're going to this restaurant and we're going to see that movie, and then afterwards we're going to go take a walk around the park. But when a man takes the time to plan, put some thought into planning something, that is just romantic to me. Even if he gets it all wrong, but that's romantic to me.
I think it's the same thing for me, but more so the listening part, because I think that ties into being thoughtful. Like, I like when a guy will pay attention to what I say I like, or we're sitting up watching TV and I was like, oh, that's so nice, or oh, I wouldn't mind going to that show, and then I get tickets to the show or something like that. Like, I like that kind of stuff, so that's what I find romantic. I don't think it's romantic to just send a woman flowers at work. You send me some roses, or you send me that bouquet with all the different kind of wildflowers, and it's like, I don't even like that bouquet. You know, I can get that from Walmart for $7.99. But you pay attention to the fact that orchids are my favorite flowers, and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, like, he didn't just go and pick any old flowers. He got the one that I like. So I like when they pay attention.
That's what I think sometimes. I don't know if
and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be very small. It could be that you bought me some lemon bubble gum instead of the you know, I don't like no harsh peppermint bubble gum. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, chewing gum.
I was just thinking about if you ladies ever paid attention to on on Valentine's night or Christmas Eve or whatever, you see these men at the local Walgreens, CVS, whatever your local little store is, and they got a teddy bear and some chocolate candy and a balloon in their hand.
I would throw it back at them.
And you know it's not 8 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock in the evening, and that's what they just went and found whatever they could at the last minute. I mean, I'm just like, I wonder how did their woman receive that? Was she ecstatic that he even thought about it? Was she upset?
That might be a step up for some guys.
That might have been a step up.
But you can have your balloon, you can have that ugly little teddy bear, and you can have all that stuff.
That is just so unthoughtful and unromantic to me.
But if a man bought me a teddy bear, I don't care where it came from. He could have went to Build-A-Bear for all I care. I cannot stand teddy bears. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know me, you know I don't like teddy bears. Don't just bring me something that you want to bring me. Listen to what I'm saying, and in passing, because I always try to be like that. I try to remember.
My nose on camera, but
are you really picking your nose on camera?
But I feel some boogers. Do I have boogers and you didn't tell me?
And you ain't got no boogers, and even if you did, they can't see it all the way over there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus. We have to edit this, honey. I'm not gonna be with no booger man.
I am not editing, honey. No. We do it real over here in the Blessed Place.
No
this is not a spirited dish.
Oh my gosh. I cannot believe this. I done lost my train of thought. Go to the next
when you were saying you don't like something, like you don't like bears, and I was thinking also, like Charles, no, I do not like flowers. I don't like flowers. And he doesn't buy me flowers, and I appreciate that. Don't just pick up a thing of flowers for me on Valentine's night.
See, I love flowers, but I don't like every type of flower. So don't just bring me. I mean, roses are pretty or whatever, and if I got some really nice ones that were long stem and they look bold and beautiful, then that's one thing. But some old flowers from Walmart where they brown on the outside, no, thank you.
Okay, what's my next?
Yeah, you next.
Okay, what is a deal breaker for you during dating? You're dating somebody and you find out something about them. What's the deal breaker that you just cutting it off?
Does not believe in God.
Okay.
They don't believe in God. You can't lead my family and me nowhere, child. You got to go. No, so.
Yeah, that's a good one. But for me, by the time now we're dating, I already know if you believe in God or not. So It's not gonna be. But
I thought you meant like.
I say you're dating. You're dating someone, and you find out what about them that becomes now a deal breaker.
Oh, can I change my answer?
Uh-huh.
Down low, brother. Down low, brother. If I find out that you like men as much as I like men.
Well, what if he like men and women, but it just so happened he fell in love with you?
Well, just so happened he better fall out of love with me. Fall in love with one of the men and he went, no ma'am. No down low brothers. Because you know what? We live in a society where it is okay. Well, not okay. Because, some people still rag on. But some people's going to rag on you no matter what. So, you don't have. You can come out of the closet. You don't have to lie. You don't have to lie. Right. And you do not have to deceive a woman. You can come on out. So down, brother, I got no respect
because
for you. Because
some women will take you. Yeah. I mean, some women will know. Some. And if you're bisexual, some women don't care. They don't care as long as you're being honest with them.
Exactly. Some women do not care because they're bisexual and either they believe in all that love. Polyam, or I saw a show on that child. Polyam, look it up. Woo!
Polyamor. Multiple love.
So I mean, it's a whole lot of people out there that don't mind that. But if I am with a man, I want a man who want a woman, not both, or on the down low or whatever.
Right, and of course, there's a whole lot of deal breakers. I don't mean this crazy stuff. You found out he was a murderer or molester. No, I don't mean that stuff. No, I mean just your average everyday dating stuff. And for me, the deal breaker would be mistrust. I keep finding out little things that you're lying about. You said you were here and you weren't. You said we were gonna go on a date and we didn't go on a date and you didn't call. Just a lot of little. Yeah, you done stood me up. Then you said you were at the hospital with your mama. Found out you wasn't at the hospital. Just continuous lying. The deal breaker. Deal breaker because
surgery trick.
And it's amazing to me how women will date guys and they find out that he's continuing to lie, and they still continuing forth in the relationship, even up to marriage, and think that he's gonna stop lying. Nope. He's lying to you in the getting to know you stage or the dating stage. He's going to continue yes, and the lies are going to get bigger, more elaborate, and he's just going to get smarter at his lies.
Mm-hmm. He's going to know what you will and won't take.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you consider a romantic date? I'm a hopeless romantic, so that's what my question is.
Where you go now? Where you go?
Because she ain't no romantic.
Yeah, I'm not romantic, so I can't think of a romantic date. I think of one by the time you...
Well, it ties back to a romantic gift. I love to be surprised. So the first element of a romantic date would be surprise for me. Like call me up and be like, babe, I'm coming to pick you up. Just go home after work, get dressed. I'm coming to pick you up. And then it's a surprise. I don't even know. Or either be there already at the house and be like, hey, go and get dressed. We going out. I don't know where we're going. I don't care where we're going. Just tell me, how should I dress? Should I put on some jeans and some low heels? Or should I put on some high heels? What should I do? And once I know what to do, I dress and then just go and take me. We could go to the beach. It can be dinner at a really nice place that I've always wanted to go to. Or it could be a picnic with McDonald's. It don't really matter, but whatever it is, if it's just a surprise, I love surprises, and I never meet people with surprises. Oh, where are you surprisers at? I don't know. I never meet guys who do surprises, and it doesn't have to be grand surprises like a helicopter ride, even though that would be nice too. But it doesn't have to be grand surprises. It could be just a candlelit McDonald's meal or something like that, or either a picnic on the beach. That is so romantic to me. So I just like
if you had a candlelight McDonald's meal, but he's already scoped out a top of a building. Y'all could go and have it at the top of the building with candlelights.
Exactly. So just whatever it is, just if it's a surprise and it comes from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Then
for me, I would say romantic date kind of goes back to what I said. We're planning. If you planned out something, if you planned out something and you thought about it and you took into consideration what I like, exactly. you saw. I mentioned a movie that I wanted to go to, or I mentioned a play. I love Cirque du Soleil, or what's that Shinshu? Shinshu, whatever coming. The show Wicked is coming. Mm-hmm. You heard that something that I like, and you went and got us theater tickets, or you went and got us movie tickets. I don't care if it's $150 theater ticket or $15 movie ticket. But
or the tickets that you want for free. Whatever it is, it's like, hey, you're the one who I chose that I want you to go and
right.
You know,
so long as you listen, paid attention, and put forth some effort and some planning, that's romantic. But I'm not one of those romantic. It's like, the flowers and the, it's like, don't bring me no teddy bear, don't bring me no flowers, don't give me no, all of that stuff. Just, plan a nice evening for us. So that would be my romantic. Now, if my husband had some real money and you talk about romantic, whisk me away to Paris for for dinner or for lunch,
yeah,
or what I'm saying, or whisk me away to on a private plane to Jamaica, and let's go spend 2-3 days on
If he had more
money, but I'm staying within the budget that we have right now. Okay, so number 4 for me is 3 most important qualities you desire in a mate. Top 3 most important qualities you desire.
Full disclosure, because I don't call it honesty no more. Because they don't know what honesty is. The ones I meet. I ain't saying to everybody. Full disclosure is one
Now that's different though from honesty.
I know.
Because a lot of
times
they are honest, but they don't give you full disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
So can you even call that honest? If I don't give you full disclosure, that means you are trying to deceive me. So
exactly.
Is that being honest?
It's not being honest. That's a whole nother Jerry Springer.
That's a whole nother video. Maybe we talk about that one some other time.
But full disclosure, that's why I ain't gonna call it honesty no more. What now?
Top 3 most important qualities. You're stuck on that full disclosure.
I know. Sense of humor. I love a good sense of humor. And intelligence. Gotta be intelligent. You don't have to be the sharpest tack in the bunch, but you gotta be intelligent because we gotta have conversations, and I gotta be able to take you somewhere where somebody else wants to have a conversation because, I can't be like worried the whole time, can't enjoy myself like he's saying so.
When we go to this party, don't you say nothing.
You better not say, you
better not embarrass me.
You better not leave my side. And boy, if that's the case, boy, he better be some kind of pretty.
But mine is very similar because I would say one of the top qualities. We're gonna not even put God in there. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta be a man of God. But my top is number 1, honesty. You got trustworthy. I'm gonna put it that way. Say trustworthy. I have to feel that you're trustworthy. That's number 1. And number 2, intelligence. I got to have an intelligent brother. We got to be able to have some conversation. You got to know a little bit about you. I want you to know more than me. Well, you can teach me some stuff. Now, yes, there's maybe some things that you don't know that I can teach you, but you got to teach me some stuff.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? You got to make me want to step it up. Exactly.
Bring everybody up.
Exactly. You got to make me say, let me start watching the news. Because my man always, my man always know what's going on in the news. Let me start watching politics because my man always know what's going on in politics. Let me start watching some sports because my man is always, know what's going on in sports. So I want some intelligence. Someone, and like she said, someone where when we go somewhere, you can hang when we go meet President Obama and First Lady. You know what I'm saying? You can hang. I ain't got to be embarrassed like, oh, God, please don't let him open his mouth. So that number 2 is intelligence. I love conversation.
You and the First Lady can have your second moment.
Yeah. Yes. We we already had our first moment. Yeah. So we have our second moment. So I got to have, I got to feel proud of you, that we can have good conversation, and I'm proud that you can also have intelligent conversation with others, and you could bring me something,
And
number 3, something else you just said. My number 3 was yours. Sense of humor. That was it. Sense of humor. You got to have a sense of humor. Just a dry relationship, and I've seen some of those. And I'm looking at the relationship like, do y'all have fun?
No.
It's like, it's like I got to be able to laugh with you. We got to be able to trip. We got to have some fun. We got to act silly. Like just then when you heard me when y'all was bothering me, and I said, stop touching my booty.
Yeah, I heard that. I was trying to forget it. Thanks.
So I gotta be able to laugh and have some. Y'all see, I love to laugh. I gotta have, be able to laugh and have a sense of humor. And I don't want to be laughing and you don't get it. You don't know why I'm laughing. You don't get humor. You don't get sarcasm.
Yeah.
You just don't get it. No, you gotta have a sense of humor. You can't be a clown, and you can't just try to be the life of the party.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I hate a clown, or the party ain't started until you got there.
I used to have an ex who used to always be like, everybody I know, they always say I should be a comedian, get up on stage. I used to be like, you ain't that funny. Like, who telling you that? Them same bad comedians out there, don't let y'all friends talk y'all into that foolishness. I said, because it's a lot of comedians out there and their friends told them, you ought to get on the stage. And they believed it. I said, don't do that, honey. You are not that funny.
Did you already say your number 4?
Finish this sentence. In relationships, it's best to know.
In relationships, it's best to know that nobody is perfect. And
that's a good one.
And although we know it, it seems so simplistic. Although we know it, but this is something that I even had to learn myself, because although everybody say that, everybody has said it or heard it, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But in a relationship, I don't care how good of a mate you have, we still act like we want them to be perfect. Right. Because when they mess up or when they don't do something that we want them to do or don't act like we want them to act, it's like we get upset or we want to change them and then we have to realize, like I have to realize my husband, I have an awesome husband, but y'all, he is so imperfect. And when his imperfections get on my nerve, then I have to stop and say, Deidre, you like to say nobody's perfect, but you act like you want the man to be perfect because he is awesome. How much more awesome do you want him to be? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not to say you can't call out stuff. That's not to say you can't address issues. But we say nobody's perfect. But we often think in relationships that we act like we're trying to make the person perfect. Mm-hmm. When we got to realize that we have imperfections, they have imperfections, and learn how to deal with the imperfections, appreciate the differences. So go ahead.
In relationships, it's best to know when to leave.
That's a good one.
Because I think that so many times people try to make things work. And I'm not necessarily talking about married people here, because I think in marriage, that's what you vow to do. You try to make it work. Mm-hmm. But I think sometimes, even in marriage, it's just time to go. And I don't mean just, love relationships or male-female relationships. I mean, sometimes, in friendships, it's time to go. When you got a friend who's neglecting you or always using you, or it's always one-sided, they give you nothing and you drained, and, this friendship is negative and it's having a negative impact.
They deplete your energy rather than energize you.
Exactly. It's just like, why am I even in this? And it's so funny. I always think about this because one time I told you, I was like, well, Deidre, you were like, well, why are you friends with that person? I was like, well, I don't know, Deidre, you can't pick your friends. And she was like, yes, you can.
I remember that.
Nobody ever told me I could pick my friends. Why didn't you tell me that?
She had been ongoing complaining about this friend, and I was like, Danica, well, I don't understand. Why do you keep being friends with this person? She was like, well, Deidre, you can't pick your friends. I said,
Yes, you
can.
She
was like, oh, I can. I was like, oh, poor baby. I got more teaching to do.
It never dawned on me that you can pick your friends. I was like, oh, you can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends.
She was letting her friends pick her.
Yeah, because people love me and I don't want to be mean. I was like, okay. And I told her, I think I have a sign that says, come to me, all ye who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
That girl be knowing that word. Girl, you been raised right, honey.
I know that's right.
Oh, you be knowing that daddy poured that word in you.
I was like, I think I do have a sign on me that says that, because I'm telling you, all the king's horses and all the king's men, and all the bad ones too, and the bad friends, all of them, they just find me. Oh, it's like, I'm so happy that now I have a good circle of friends and everything that gives to me, and I can give back to them. But it's like, just all growing up, I just didn't have friends that gave to me, I was always giving. So anyway,
Okay. Is it my
it's
turn?
always time. It's know
I'm on
when
number
it's time
5?
to leave.
Know when it's
Yeah.
time to leave. That's a good one. Because y'all know I got a video, he's just not that into you. And then I have another video, know when it's time to let go.
Okay.
I might even put those links at the bottom. Okay, number 5 and last. I know this video about 30 something minutes, but some people love our long videos. Number 5.
It'll be a year It'll be a year before I watch it.
To ensure a successful marriage, what do you know you have to change about yourself?
Oh Jesus!
So I know there's some ways you got to meet the person first and date and all of that. But just imagine when you get married, what do you know you have to change about yourself to ensure a successful marriage? When we start with me?
Give the girl a chance.
Okay.
All this goodness over here, child. What I got to change?
You got to think long and hard about that one.
Give me some time.
Well, for me, thank God for a loving, successful marriage of 7 years. But I know we still got a long ways to go. Lord bless us. We got about 40, 50 more years to go.
Oh, I know my answer.
To ensure,
Can I go now?
no, to ensure a successful marriage.
I want to go.
No, what I have to change about myself is to be more affectionate. And to be more affectionate and more attentive. Be more affectionate and attentive to ensure a happy marriage. And to ensure continued success of my marriage, I do recognize and realize that I got to be more attentive and affectionate with my husband, because I'm not a very affectionate person. He is very affectionate. He is very attentive, so attentive that sometimes I can get on my last nerve. And I know he's probably loving me the way he wants to be loved. He's loving me because that's what he wants. He probably says, well, this is what love means to me, and this is how I know I want to be loved. I want more attention and affection. And I know that's something I have to work on, and that's something I'm working on. Because I'm just not built like that. It's like, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But I don't know if it's just always been like that. But as I was reading them letters today from Daddy, I was like, gosh, I always been considerate. But I also think it comes from being 13 years of being single, and just being single and independent to myself, and not dating. Well, I dated some, but I just think that, I don't know, I kind of closed myself off, and from hurt, pain, disappointment, all of that. And now 7.5 years of marriage, I'm still learning to open myself up. And I also too, I think I just got this thing that nobody's gonna ever hurt me. He's not gonna ever hurt me. He's not gonna. I know men wake up one day and just turn crazy. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he's in love now, but sometimes men wake up and just crazy. I'm not in love anymore, or I want somebody else, or some woman done came and said she could lay it down on you, and then you done got crazy, on a good marriage. So I think I'm kind of like, got that protection over myself, but I'm trying to. Actually, my husband is just chipping away at it. So I'm getting better, but to ensure a successful marriage and a successful, happy 40-something, 50 more years, I got to get better at being affectionate and attentive.
Well, that was a good answer, because that's me too. But since I don't know who my husband gonna be, maybe he don't want all that attention and affection.
But let's say he does. So elaborate a little bit.
I'm basically the same way. I just don't like to. First of
all, I noticed that you were so much like, I never knew it until you were in that longer term relationship with Alton. Yeah. And that's when I realized, wow, Danica, we're so much alike.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either, because I thought she was just mean. But
it's funny when we have these conversations. Like I said, we love talking about relationships, and she would be like, "Deidre, you're so mean. Deidre, you're so unattentive to your husband. Deidre, you're..." And then when she got in a longer term relationship with her boyfriend, and she would tell me certain things, and I would laugh, and I'd be like, and she's like, "Oh my God, I did not know I was so much like you."
Yeah, I don't like all that cuddling and all that touching and rubbing your back. I'm watching TV. Are you okay? It don't take that much to watch TV. I'm good. Like, I don't like all that.
Or like it's like you arrive home from work and you're like, I'm gonna sit here and like text or tweet for a second, and he's standing at the door waiting on you. You're like,
door. It's like, can I
check my text or my tweets before I get in?
It's like, my goodness, are you really sitting outside? Were you already out here? Like, what are you doing outside? I didn't call you until you was headed home. Like, I don't know. So I get
off at 5:45 a.m. Charles calls me sometime at 5:43 or 5:44. Why are you calling me at 5:43, 5:44 when you know I get off at 5:45? Then when I said something, now he called me at 5:46. Oh my God! Stop calling me. And one time he was outside waiting.
He didn't call you while you were at work.
One time he was outside waiting on me to pick me up, and it was like 5:47, 5:48, and he called me, and I was inside talking to Cheryl, and I said, Cheryl, that's my husband. I'm not even gonna answer the phone because I said I'm not even answering the phone because it's 3 minutes later and he's calling me. So this is how good he know me. When I got outside, he was like, I know you ignored my phone call because you was in there talking to Cheryl. I know you told Cheryl, hey, I just got off her 3 minutes ago and he's calling me. I said, I sure did. I know you ignored my phone call.
Yeah, and I noticed that the guys I tend to date are more affectionate. Now, I don't know if that's the norm for guys or...
What do y'all think? You think guys, have you all run into the guys being more affectionate than you?
Yeah, because I don't know if that's just the norm for guys or it's just that I end up with affectionate guys. Or if
they can't help it. They be all up on us.
Yeah.
They can't help it. They can't help being all up on us.
See, that makes me uncomfortable. And I just don't like...
Why, baby? I love you.
No, I don't like it. See, I don't know. I don't understand, why... When a guy is really affectionate, like he needs affection all the time. Oh, I think I'm going to start making them take the love language test and make sure that touch is their last one. I'll take this test. I cannot talk to you. You can't have my phone number.
But I bet you if you got a guy who wasn't affectionate, that nigga, you want him to be more affectionate.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I think you want him to be more affectionate.
Because
when me and Charles was in the car one time, we were going somewhere long distance, and I said, so what's wrong with you? I said, normally you been reached over here, you been reached around here and rubbed my leg. Why you ain't rubbed my leg? Oh, see, when I touch you, you say when I touch you, you say that I'm always touching you. Now you want to know something wrong? I say, yeah, that's because I know you. And you ain't going 30 minutes or an hour in the car without touching me. Something up. What's done changed, brother?
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as affectionate. And I don't like when a guy is always saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. That is a big turn off. Like, don't always say that because then it cheapens the word. And I don't believe you.
Just show me.
Yeah, just show it.
Every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then is okay, and just show me. Don't do all that talking. I don't like to hear that all the time. And
did you say you're number 5? You always that was it?
No, because you just said yours. So, oh yeah, this one is harder. I have no idea where I got this question from. Finish the sentence. Men never blank blank blank, but they usually blank blank blank.
Men never, but they usually. Ooh, I got a good one.
Oh, you do good because I don't have one.
Men never turn down. I want to say the P word.
There are other names for it. Blessed lady.
What's another word?
Vagina.
Vajayjay. Men never turn down vajayjay, but they usually think less of you after you have given it to them.
Oh, that's so funny.
They never. When I tell you, hardly never. Of course, there's always some exception.
Yeah.
But men never turn down the vajayjay, but they usually think much less of you after you've given it to them.
Okay, can you expand on that?
Well, I'll just tell you that that's like going to be a nice little segue into a video that I'm going to do. One of the next videos I do for you, I work Wednesday, Thursday. I'm off Friday. But Friday, I'm going to do Friday or Saturday, sometime this weekend. I'm going to do a video, and it's entitled, or tentatively, it's entitled, and you say you want to get married, you lying. Because I got like 1 through 10 to tell you some of the things that we do as women that we say we want to get married. But you lying. Because you're doing all the things that is going to ensure that you're not going to get married. And that's one of them. Continuously giving up the vajayjay.
See, I cannot think because I'm listening. You know what you're saying? That's my answer. Men don't ever do.
Men never do what? And they usually.
Men never You made up a good one. Man, I had all this time with this question too. Men
It's her question, y'all. I have another one.
Tell it to me so I can tell it.
Well, I won't say they never. That's not true of
What
them.
is it?
I was gonna say whine and cry when you get rid of them. Something to that effect. But I wouldn't say never, that they never want to.
I don't want to say that one. She can say that one.
That's not really a good one because I wouldn't say that they never. What I said was men never want to act right, but they usually want to whine or cry about it or regret when they've done wrong, and they usually want to whine or cry about it when you want to get rid of them or when you break up with them. But it's not true for all of them. You got some really stand-up guys out there who will act right. But it all depends on the standard that we set and the level of expectation. It's like I don't tell my husband don't cheat on me. I don't tell my husband not to cheat because he knows my level of expectation. So I don't have to tell him don't cheat on me because he knows my level of expectation. So a lot of times it's about our standards and our level of expectation. We don't have to spell out everything. Like my video, he don't ask me to. I'll put that link down there too. Just look for all the links at the bottom.
I've been trying to think of mine. I just cannot think of one. But I'm thinking men never cheat on a woman that they feel like they can't lose. I saw it on TV.
But you didn't say that usually.
But they usually what? I can't think. Men never cheat on a woman that they feel like they can't lose, but they usually will do what you allow them to do.
That's a good one. Men never
It
cheat.
took a while to come.
Men never cheat on a woman that, what's that again?
Men never cheat on a woman that they feel like they cannot lose, but they usually
will do what you allow them to do.
You allow them to do.
That's a good one. Okay, y'all know this video about 45 minutes long, so we're going to cut it off right here. And we ask that you participate in these questions. And as a matter of fact, I'll put them in the description box.
Has it been 45 minutes?
And I'm saying our video probably has been about for at least 40, 45 minutes. But I'll put it in the description box. And we ask that you send us a video response. And if you don't even want to do a video response, answer 1 through 10, any number of the questions, and put it in the box or in the reply box below. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being blessed ones. Thank y'all for watching us. And until next time.
Bye.
Love y'all. Y'all be blessed.
Somebody got to turn it on.
Oh, my arm.
Hey, your arm hurt.
Just from being extended out like this.
That's all.
That was the work.
No, ma'am. I thought you were going to say you did so.